Hello, my name is Larry King, and I've got a gravelly voice because I was a college professor for 40 years, and I guess I use my voice a lot. So, at any rate, today the purpose of this video is to give you some marketing tips, and today it's on avoiding what I call marketing myopia. Okay? Now, this picture behind me, this is the campus at Fordham University, and in the spring, this is where all the students come out, you know, and mingle, I guess, for the first time and in a while, and I miss those days on campus. Okay, let's move on to this next slide of a snowboarder in the air, and we're talking about, well, in this context, what is marketing myopia? Well, marketing myopia is nearsightedness, so nearsighted that you can't see far away. You can only see things that are close up. So if you're looking at your product and the features and all the exciting things you're doing with the product, you're not focusing on the consumer and what they're looking for from the product, which may go beyond the product itself. So it's important for you to tune into the consumer, okay? And in particular, consumers are looking for, you know, needs, wants, and what I call benefits sought. The benefits that they're seeking is something that ties what they want actually to the product. So I really like that framework of trying to do research to find out exactly what the benefits are that they're looking for. And I'll give you some examples a little bit later on in this video. Okay, so looking at the snowboarder here, what is marketing myopia? If you're Burton Snowboards, obviously you want to be successful in your industry, you want to continue to be an innovator and a leader, so you got the snowboard there and all the, you know, features and functions of that, but what does that rider, what does he or she looking for? Okay, what are the benefits? I think it goes beyond the board itself. Okay, it gets into lifestyle and a number of different things that they're looking for. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you a short video, old promo video from Burton Snowboards, just showing the experience of snowboarding. And then I used to ask my students, you know, what are the needs, wants, or benefits? What are these kids looking for? So let's go ahead and start that video.
Is getting onto a relatively deserted slope, feeling that sensation of sliding through the soft snow, and the total silence as you're moving through the trees. The only sound. Okay,
so in that context, or for any organization, whether it's for profit or non-profit, you have certain objectives you're trying to achieve, and so you need to know what people are looking for when they make decisions, and also who's involved in the decision. So now I'm going to go through an example of when you're selling to an organization. Let's take a look at this next slide. Here we're talking about how an organization buys. Oftentimes there's more than one, there can be many people involved in a purchase. Normally you would think that would have to be an expensive purchase, but sometimes it could be a small purchase where you have different points of view, okay? So over time we have identified different roles. Most people go to the purchasing agent, which is the purchaser, kind of assuming that they're also the decider, giving them the information, and that's really as far as they go. Whereas in reality, the purchasing agent is actually in charge of certain purchases, but other purchases, they're definitely not the deciders. Okay, so we need to find out who has the authority to say, okay, I want you to buy this one. All right. Influencers are anyone who gives information or influences the decider in terms of which decision to make. The users, this is an interesting one because it could be that in the office you run out of copy paper, so you yell out, okay, we're out of copy paper. So you've actually started the purchasing process, possibly, okay? But that doesn't mean you are going to buy copy paper for the entire organization, all right? But there are times when the user suggests a problem on the job and a solution, and it could be that follows through all the way, so that you need to be in contact with the users in all these different roles in order to ensure success. All right, the gatekeepers, that's an interesting one for the marketing, trying to get information into the buying center. The gatekeepers are the ones that decide what information goes in, oftentimes to the decider, who may be an executive. So the executive secretary will decide which of the information that you give to her for the boss actually gets to the boss and which is discarded. In other words, she's playing an important function. She's protecting the boss from, 10 million pieces of information. All right, but you have to recognize that and deal with it as good as you can. Okay, let's look at this next slide. I'm applying that same concept of a buying center or different buying influences that we looked at in terms of an organization to the household. And we can see that obviously if you live by yourself, you're the decider, influencer, gatekeeper, the whole show, whatever. But if you're in a group household, then there difference of opinion in terms of what's bought. Sometimes the purchase is just strictly for the individual. Sometimes it's shared in the family. So these different roles can be identified, like I know in my family back in the day, I loved to go to the supermarket. I'd be out there every day, so I did all the buying, and usually I would make the decisions on brands and that type of thing. And my stepdaughter at that time wanted the Fruit Loops. Okay, so I got her the store brand, colored circles or whatever they were. And later I found them in the trash, and I asked her what happened, and she said they were disgusting. So I learned the hard way, but I did learn that I was the purchaser, but other people sometimes would specify the brand or something, and it's usually wise to listen in a family situation to what they want. Okay. Okay, so what's interesting is in selling your product in a group household situation, you want to be aware of what people in that buying situation look for, what specific benefits. And I'll guarantee you they're not all looking at exactly the same benefits. Like say you're planning for a vacation, they'll be looking for all kinds of unique benefits. Okay, so we're back to Eddie's Parade. We've completed our marketing tip, and I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe, because until I have 0 subscriptions right now. Until I get 1,000, I don't make a buck. Okay, so take care of me. All righty.